Alright, so we're going to look at finding the volume of prisms and pyramids, which we've already done each of them individually, but now we're going to practice them all together. Remember, the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at the shape and determine what the shape is. Okay? So, is it triangular or rectangular? Is it a prism or a pyramid? Then you're going to write the shape of the base. Is it a rectangle or a triangle? Then you'll write the formula for the area of the base and find the area of the base, and then you write the formula for the volume of the prism or the pyramid, and then find the volume. Okay, so as we look at our first shape, it does not come to a point, right? It doesn't come to a point, so it is not a pyramid, it is a prism. So is it a triangular or a rectangular prism? That's right, it is a triangular prism because there's a triangle here. Remember, the prisms have two congruent sides. There's a triangle here, and then there'll be a triangle on this side that we can't see, right? So the shape of our, triangular prism. So the shape of our base is a triangle. So our formula for a triangle is 1/2 the length of the base times the length of the height. Remember, you just need to look at your triangle, nothing else, when you're trying to find the area of the triangle. Always look for your right angle. So our base is 9 and our height is 4. So 1/2, 9 times 4. Remember, we could say 9 times 4 is 36. Or we could see if we could say 1/2 of 9 and then or 1/2 of 4. Well, I know what 1/2 of 4 is, right? 1/2 of 4 is 2. So I'm going to say 2 times 9 is 18. So the area of our base is 18. Remember, that base is going to repeat. The volume of that base is going to repeat that many times. How many times is it going to repeat? 8 times. That's where our formula for volume comes from. The area of the base times the height. So the area of our base is 18 and our height is 8. Remember, that height, if we pretend like we take this triangle and we take the whole prism and we flip it up so that it's sitting on the triangle, you'll see that the height is 8. It's from how far it is, the height is how far it is from triangle to triangle, from base to base. So that's the height. And then 18 times 8, 64, 8, 14. So the volume is 144 cubic yards. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2. All right, first I look and I see that my shape comes to a point. So when it comes to a point, I know that that is a pyramid. Then I look at the base and I see that the base is a rectangle. So it's a rectangular pyramid. So the shape of my base is a rectangle. So the area of the base for a rectangle, we do base times height. Remember, only look at the rectangle. So 8. Okay, baby. 8 times 3. Sorry, guys, that was my son. So we're going to multiply 8 times 3. And 8, 16, 24 square yards will be the area of the base. Okay? All right, our formula for a pyramid for the volume, remember, is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So 1/3, we know the area of our base is 24. Remember, your height of your pyramid is from the tip straight down to the base. Okay, so our height here is 10. Remember, heights are not going to be diagonal. They have to be straight. Okay, they have to have that right angle. All right, so our height is 10. And I want to see, can I take 1/3 of 24 or 1/3 of 10 real easily? Remember, taking 1/3 is just dividing it by 3. So yeah, so we can take 24. We can take 1/3 of 24. It'd be real easy. 1/3 of 24. 24 divided by 3 is 8, right? 8, 16, 24. So 8 times 10. So our volume is going to be 80 cubic yards. Okay. Right, so let's look at number 3. Comes to a point, so that means it is a pyramid. We look for the shape of our base. And the shape of our base is it's a triangle. The reason we shade it is because I know all those lines and stuff can get confusing, right? So when you shade it, you can just see that that's a triangle, right? So, whoops, triangle. So the area of our base is 1/2 base times height. Look at our triangle. Only look at the triangle, don't look at the rest. I see my right angle right there. So my base is 12 and my height is 10. So I can take half of 12 or I can take half of 10. I think I'm going to do half of 12. Half of 12 is 6. And 6 times 10 is 60 square feet. And I think about what my formula for the pyramid is. And the formula is the volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So 1/3, the area of our base was 60. And our height, remember, goes from the tip straight down, 17. So I could say 60 times 17 and then divide by 3, or I can think, can I take 1/3 of 60 real easy, or 1/3 of 17? 1/3 of 60, 60 divided by 3, right? 1/3 of 60, so 60 divided by 3, that's 20. So I'm going to say 20 times 17. And I'm just going to come over here to the side and multiply because I don't know what that is. So my volume is 340 cubic feet. All right, number 4. Kind of looks like it comes to a point, right? But is it a pyramid or is it a prism? That's right, it's a prism. Prisms have rectangles on their sides. Okay, a pyramid will not have rectangles on the sides. It will have triangles on the side. Okay, so it does have this one does have a triangle on it though, right there. And if we can imagine, right, that would be the triangle on the other side, and then so that's a triangular prism. Okay, I'm going to shade my triangle. So our area of our base is 1/2 the length of the base times the length of the height. So I look at just my triangle. I don't look at anything else. I pretend like all this stuff is not there, right? I circle my right angle. So I know my base is 7 and my height is 3. I look to see, can I take half of 7 or half of 3? Not easily. I mean, I know half of 3 is 1.5, but so I'm just going to go ahead and say 7 times 3 is 21 first. And then I'm going to take 21 and divide it by 2. 2 cannot go into 1. There's not a group of 2 in 1, so I put a 0 on the top. I bring down my 0. So it's 10.5. So the area of the triangle is 10.5 square yards. Okay, so we have a prism. Remember, I didn't remind you of this at the beginning, but remember, if you forget, just look at your chart, right? There's our prism, there's our pyramid, okay? So we're going to say volume is the area of the base times the height. So we know our area of the base is 10.5. Our height, oh, there's a lot of numbers over here. We've got 3.4, we've got 5, we've got 5. Remember, your height is from base to base.